Hello, 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 everyone. I'm trying to fix my hair. How are you guys doing? Happy Monday afternoon. Who has had like the most Monday? I definitely think that it was me. So if you're tuning in today, if you're like, oh my gosh, Tanner's going live on a Monday, I need a break to enjoy something other than work, please let me be your entertainment. I am so excited to have you guys here live with me. My name is Tanner Bell, the founder here at makersgonnalearn.com. I am so excited to be here today with you because we are covering what we're going to talk about when it comes to building a successful shop online. All right. So, as you guys tune in, share with us where you're visiting from. Let us know what you've got going on in your neck of the woods. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing Monday. I've just had a very Monday, as many of you, I'm sure, have had as well. So, here's what I want to talk about today. And I really want today's class to be fun. I want it to be as much as you want to get out of it. I want to make sure we give it. So, if you have any questions around selling, around your shop, please put it here in the chat. I think it'd be super valuable for you and the future viewers watching. Hello, replayers. If you are a replayer, go ahead and drop hello in the comment section down below. So, today I want to talk about what it takes to have a successful shop. Now, many of you here may be on the sidelines, may be, already thinking about all the reasons why it wouldn't work. And I just want us all to be aware of what we think about when we are considering putting ourselves out there online, being super successful, selling our crafts. Like, do we think it would work out? Do we think it wouldn't? Like, it's just really important to be aware of that right now, just so that we can be aware of it. So, if you have any questions, drop it down below. Today's class is going to be kind of like what I would do to build a successful shop from the beginning. Now, the reason I'm teaching that today is because I really want you to be at my live training coming up. I have a training on Sunday, I have a training on Tuesday, I have a training on Wednesday. So pick the one that's right for you. It's my 5 shifts. We're going to go over 5 excuse me. I'm going to go over 5 shifts that you actually need to make in order to make your first sell or your next sell. And those 5 shifts are going to be phenomenal. It's going to be so fun. So super exciting for all of you that are registered. Um, I am going to be sharing some crazy new things that I've never talked about before. So if you're interested, be sure to be there live with me. It's going to be so fun. People that are there live get the most, especially the Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So, within that, what I want to talk about today is building a shop and what you want to think about it. A lot of times, our brain tells us it would be easier if we went ahead and we only did different things like what have I heard people say? Like a craft fair, right? How many here think it would be easier and better to do craft fairs, right? How many of us think it would be easier and better to do craft fairs? Let me tell you, as someone who has coached lots and lots of people around if they should do a craft fair or not, y'all, here's the deal. I want you to understand that you are not in control of a craft fair, right? What I love about online and what I love about digital is that you get to be in control a lot more. You get to do the work, right? Craft fairs are not easy, exactly. So here's what happens. I have a lot of people think it's easier to do craft fairs, in-person events, and instead of learning the very simple steps of an online shop, they just register for craft fairs. And here's the deal. They'll keep going to them, they'll keep doing them even when it doesn't pan out, even when you don't get sales, even when they're expensive, even when time away from your family, right? People are willing to do all this crazy stuff instead of just learning a platform and really learning how to sell on there. All right. So I have been spending a lot of time this year and last year building shops from the ground zero. Zero, zero. A lot of you in the past have told me, Tanner, it's easy for you to sell because you can do videos. It's easy for you to sell because you are good at social media. Here's the deal. I decided to start over at zero, no personal brand, no nothing. And this is what we're going to talk about is what's required to be successful at my new online training happening this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you're not already registered, get registered. Love to have you. Here's what I want to talk about. How do you build a successful shop to sell your crafts, right? Number one is you pick a platform. And I want to talk a little bit about pick a platform because I truly believe that if you want the most reach, if you want to be able to go further than you could desire. For example, we launched an Etsy shop and within 2 weeks our first order was to Italy or in Europe. It was over the pond. Okay? What that tells me is that I built my shop, I put the stuff out there, and then within 2 weeks, someone totally, totally random, guess what? Bought from me. I am making sure I'm reaching as many people as possible. For some of you, just thinking the idea that people could reach you that have no idea who you are blows you away and that you think it's not possible, which leads you to think you don't need an online store. You don't need an online presence because you should just do a Facebook group. So some other platforms you could do. Number one, I think is Etsy. If you are here and you think Etsy fees are expensive, you clearly haven't been to craft fairs. You clearly haven't put in the work to see it work for you, right? Etsy only makes money when it gets you buyers. So if you don't make money, Etsy doesn't make money when it comes down to really how their business model works, right? Maybe like a listing fee here, a setup fee here, but their real money is made when you make money. So Etsy should be bringing you clients, right? So that's beautiful. Pick your platform. If you want to build a platform just on your Facebook page, do it. Instagram, just do it. Facebook group, do it. I know lots of people. One of my favorite thoughts is that you can make money however you want to make money. I teach people how to craft and I teach people how to sell their crafts. And I make a really good money doing it. I decided that. Notice I didn't show up and spend year after year trying to find the best way to make money. I think so many of you are on the sideline because you're looking around. You're looking around like, is that the way for me to make money? Is that the way for me to make money? Should I do this? Should I do that? And then you look back and you're like, dang, I spent 6 months doing that. Dang, I spent a year doing that. Dang, maybe I've been doing that for the past 5 years. Right? So I want you to understand that you've got to make decisions. If you were here and you saw how fast I made decisions, you would probably just be really be shook. Right? Because being a business owner, you have to make a lot of decisions. I spoke to someone today about joining a program of mine that is very high touch, very cool. It's called Less Hustle, More Profit. It's for business owners that want to learn how to have a membership, right? And they were like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And when you're in a I don't know environment, you're never going to be able to get action. You're never going to be able to make the amount of money you want to make. You could make 10 times the amount of money you made in the last week if you spend next week going from I don't know to I know, right? Because here's the beautiful thing. There's very few things that can come at you that you that you don't know. And if you don't know it, you do know someone who does know, right? So let's say the IRS calls me with a question and I don't know the answer. I could say, I don't know, and just hang up the phone and stop trying. Or I could call my accountant and be like, hey, can you help me with this? And they'd be like, okay, I got you. That's what I'm here for. Right. So what's cool is when you start making money, you're going to have even higher levels of questions, even higher level problems, even higher level thinking is required. Right. So I want you to believe that you do know, that you do know how, you do know what platform you should be on. You just go with your gut, right? I could tell you what I would recommend, but maybe what I recommend isn't what you want to do. Let's say I recommend Etsy, and then you're like, no, Tanner, I really think I need a Facebook group. I only want to sell local right now. Beautiful. You totally can do that. And at my training this coming next week, you're going to see how you can sell your physical crafts, you can sell your digital files, your cut files, and you can do a hybrid approach. I'm going to lay it out for you. It's going to be phenomenal. Okay. So you may say, Tanner, I get it. I have to pick a platform, right? Pick your platform, I think, is number one for all of us. Very important. From there, this is where it gets fun. Now, at the training, I'm going to pull back the curtain and I'm going to kind of share with y'all how we're finding some really, 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 really great ways to find listings that you should make. All right. Now, if you're in digital design for creatives, which is our amazing class, and I can't wait for you guys to be at our class tomorrow. Alicia and I are teaching a class at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you're an active digital design for creative student, you will have access to that. If you're not in there, it is incredible. Let me just give you this link real fast so that you can get registered. You do not want to miss it. Um, it's where we teach you how to use Canva, where we teach you how to use Canva. It is phenomenal. We call it summer school. It's been so much fun. What I really believe is that you are here and you are a designer, and that you're probably very much like me, and you don't feel like you're meant to go to the post office every day. You don't believe you're meant for all of this other stuff, right? You want to stay very creative. You want to stay in the flow. The best way to stay in the flow is to be a person who is creating, and you want to know the best way to make listings, right? To make the right listings. Well, I'm going to cover that for you. But until the training, you may be saying, Tanner, I want to get started right now. So, what I encourage you to do is just make a guess. All right. Without my training, because I want you to have no excuses, right? I want you to take as much action as possible. I want you to just make a guess. What is it that I would buy right now? Think about that. Ask yourself that question. Like, this is a really interesting question to ask, because if you're here, you want to sell your crafts, right? So let's all ask ourselves in the chat. What is a craft that if you were not a crafter, you would buy right now? All right. One thing I love is tumblers. So I could put in the comments, like, I would buy a custom fall tumbler. I would buy a Starbucks tumbler. I would buy a Starbucks wrap. I would buy a sweatshirt. I would buy, fill in the gap. I would pay for custom pictures or custom shirts to wear to the pumpkin patch, right? Put that in the comments. Put that in the comments of what you would buy right now. And now this is where it gets fun. Let's ask ourselves, are you selling items that you would buy? Are you selling items that you would actually buy? Now, I'm not saying that you would actually buy them like as of right now because you're a crafter, right? You're a crafter. Crafters do not buy what crafters sell, right? A lot of you are in your head thinking, oh my gosh, Tanner, everyone's a crafter. They don't need me. You have to remember you're selling to people that have no idea what a Cricut machine is, no idea what a heat press is, no idea what any of it is. They just love the finished project and they're not crafty at all. So you just want to make sure that you're making things that they would want to make. Lorraine says DTF images for tumblers and shirts. Yes, I love it. Love it. So good. Band merch. So fun, Carrie. Yes, exactly. So good. So good. Home decor. Yes. So be making things that you would be excited to pay for. People ask me all the time, Tanner, how do you make programs that are so awesome? How come your programs are better than everyone else's? How come they're so valuable, right? All of that. Do you want to know the answer? I make programs that I would actually buy. I make programs that I would actually buy, right? So good. So good. So you want to make a guess at what you would buy. So when you do that, you just want to go ahead and start making those items to sell, right? You want to make those items, you make a guess, and then here's the third step. Here's where rubber meets the road, and a lot of you do not want to do. You do not want to put yourself out there. You do not want to put things out there. So I want to encourage you, if that's you, you need to put yourself out there. All right? You've got to put yourself out there and list it. Put it on Facebook, put it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Etsy, and you got to see what happens. All right? Step number 4, after we put it out there, and we have to put it out there not expecting anything, right? You never want to have expectant energy, meaning I put it out there and no one buys, or I put it out there and there's no views. Like you want to put it out there with a hypothesis, right? I think this is what people want. I think this is what people need, right? That's the energy you want to have. Okay. And then the last step, which is the step people that come to me forget about, is that they're not reviewing and they're not optimizing, right? So if you post something and you did not get any orders, all right? You posted something, you didn't get any orders. The next question is, were you at least getting people to view it, right? If you weren't getting people to view it, then you couldn't have ever got anyone to order, right? So you've got to make sure that people are actually looking for it. You've got to make sure that people are actually wanting it, right? Because that's the secret. That is the secret is you've got to make sure people want it. And you'll know by how many views it got, right? So the number one problem that I see is people are trying to sell things people don't want. So I'm going to cover at the training on Sunday exactly what Karen just asked for. She said, how do we know what they are looking for? Karen, we have spent a lot of time figuring this out. I'll tell you that there's a lot of programs out there. We have brought together something incredible that I think you're going to really want. So I highly recommend coming to the training. I'll kind of touch on how we've done it. There's been a lot of things that have made us a lot of a lot of sales because we are just focused at data. And I actually think data will make you a better crafter. I think data will make you more creative. And what I mean by that is um, you'll see that there's ideas, right? There's ideas out there that we've found that Etsy gives you, that other platforms give you, things like that. And then you, as the creative, get a challenge, right? Like I think about when we're making listings that are inspired by data as a challenge. Like, okay, I've used this example a lot the past week as it's in my sourdough era, right? Really cool, really fun. You get to ask yourself, what is it that I could make that would be so unique that that person would want it over everyone else's? And that's the fun, right? It's very creative. So, very, very important for you as well to consider. So, we're going to go over that in detail, but I want to tell you if you don't know how to do that yet, putting yourself out there is number one, the first step. And the number two is optimizing. Mary says, converting to sales have been my issue. Okay. So if you are making things that people are not looking for, that's issue number one. Issue number 2, let's say you are making things, people are seeing it, and they're not buying. They're picking other people's over yours, so then we gotta ask why, right? Like, there's really fun, like, levels to what it is, so it'll be really good. Where's the training on Sunday? You have to register. That's why I'm talking about it all week, Teresa. Such a great question. I'll drop the link. Oh, that's digital design for creatives. If you want to come to that class, I'm like pulling back the curtain. I'm going a little crazy. And I'm super, super excited to share more with you guys next week. So be sure to be there on Sunday. But let me get you the link so that you can come. All right, so here it is. Let me drop that over here. Sorry about that. So it's the second link I just dropped. The shifts, 5 secret shifts. Your 5 secret shifts, y'all. I want to help you make all the money in October, November, December. That's why we're doing it in September, so that you have 3 months to implement everything I'm teaching. It's going to be epic. It's going to be so, so good. So exciting. So, yay. I love it. Love it, love it. Interested in the next step. I've got the views, but getting them to buy. Can't wait for Sunday. Mary, that's going to be so fun. If you're already getting views, that means we just need to optimize a little bit more. So it'll be really awesome. So yay, congratulations. I think it's so fun to think about everyone that is on Etsy, like buying, and really show you that there's so many people out there that want what you have. And it's just helping you get seen, right? So be open. As a comeback point, I want you all to be open to going all in on Etsy or going local, right? I am totally fine whichever one you want to do. I think they're both great. Number 2, you've got to make a guess. I really want you to drop the thought that you don't know. The thought I don't know is never going to serve me. It's a really hard one for a lot of us to sit with and think about. The thought I don't know is not going to serve me, right? My thought for all of you is I can handle it. I can make a decision. I know what's best for me. I can make a decision. I know what's best for me, right? Another thought I like to have is something like I can handle everything that comes my way, right? If you feel overwhelmed a lot and you feel like there's a lot going on, that you don't have the time, that you have the vision and you have the fire, but you don't have the time, practice the thought I can handle everything that I want in life, that I can handle it, that there's time for it, that there's plenty space, right? Love it. Terry, so sorry to hear about the scammers. Crazy. Just don't respond. Just block them. Yes. If you're getting views, is this on Etsy, Terry? Let me know. Let me know. Because you'll want to start seeing views, and then you should be within like a 2%. I'd love to see a 2%. Some of our shops have had a lot higher, um, awesome conversion rate. So we'll talk about that more. Again, I'll explain more. We've put a lot of what we're teaching into something super fun that you don't want to miss out on. Okay. So you got to be there Sunday to even hear about it. Okay, Terry, if you're on Facebook and you're getting views, but you're not getting sales, I really want to encourage you to try Etsy or just come to the class on Sunday and I'll explain more. Okay. So good. Yes, ready for print on demand. Yes, to bring more income. Tara, literally print on demand, where you get to stay in the visionary creative seat and then you get to make 40 to 50% margin without doing any work. And you just focusing on designing and putting it out there, designing, putting it out there is phenomenal. It's like one of the cheat codes to life. Like, so incredible, so fun. I'm super, super excited. If you are someone super creative and like 3M Farms and you're like, I'm stuck on what the heck to make, Sunday's class is going to be the best for you. It's literally going to be the best. What you're going to see is you need to understand that you are in a service business. You are serving, right? So when we serve, we're focused on who? Us or the client? The client. So when you focus on them, when you focus on that ideal customer and you don't know what to sell, it becomes so easy because will tell you, the data tells you what to sell, right? So fun. And one of the reasons, just so that everyone here knows my heart, knows my vision, why I'm opening it up and talking about for the first time, people have asked me to teach this for over 4 years, which is, Tanner, how are people making money with print on demand? And at first, I was never interested in teaching it, but I've constantly heard my clients say, Tanner, I want to do this business, but I'm scared it's going to be too successful. Tanner, and then another person will say, Tanner, I want to do this business, but I don't know if it'll work out. I wanted a way for all of you to win, and no matter what your life circumstances are, right? If you're here and you're like, Tanner, you have no idea all the responsibility I have. I'm like, me too. Me too. Right. So that's one thing why I want you to consider print on demand, being able to do the work once and then let other people fulfill your orders is pretty incredible. You don't have to ship, you don't have to be an assembly line, you don't have to be the next burnt out person. You'll really be able to see a lot of fun things that we've pulled back the curtain and are sharing on Sunday. So you want to be there. I'm going to give you my 5 shifts, and it'll be the first time I talk about something super fun that's been in the works for 18 months. So you'll definitely want to be there live with me on Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be so fun. Get registered. Donna Gray just registered. Woohoo! Love it, love it, love it. Lorraine, great question. We're not able to use Makers Gonna Learn designs for print on demand. So, Lorraine, our commercial license is for people that actually physically make the item and sell it. But without saying too much, if you are at the training on Sunday, we will be sharing with you some really fun things that may address that. So, be there. That's all I can say. That's all I can say, okay? So, cannot wait to see you guys back here real soon. Really consider what I've shared today. Think about, are you just telling yourself you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, or you go be a person that does know? Because the only difference is the decision to make it. Because really, when you look at confident people, what are they doing? Do they really know more than you? No. They're just deciding. That's what I want you to think about. And you could find evidence for that too. Be like, oh, I know that this friend of mine's really confident, but they don't know anything more than me. Why is it they're confident and I'm not? The only thing about confidence is that they've decided that I don't know isn't in their vocabulary, right? So crazy. So fun. I want us all to be people that are super confident, that show up, and that really live the life that we all are called to live, right? You have a burning fire to sell your crafts, to be a creative that makes money. Let's do it, right? Let's do it. And listen, the more that you craft, the more you're going to hang out with me. So, like I've been saying it, I want you to make money. I want you to do this, but I also want you to do it for you and to really live out your passion. All right. So let's do it. I'll see you at class on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And until then, I hope you have an amazing week. Do some homework. Think about this. If you have questions, reach out to us at hi@makersgonnalearn.com, and we'll see you in class Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Bye, guys.